One of the things I love to talk about is real estate, and it's really been very impressive to see how real estate prices have come back. I'm sure many of you have experienced that, and I hopefully you've benefited from that as well. But we have seen the vast majority of homes that were underwater, and people did their duty and kept paying their mortgage on time and benefited from just having that money put aside. You're now no longer underwater. Your home has equity returned to it. I think it's been a real peace of mind issue for a lot of people who really thought, is it ever going to happen? Are we ever going to see the home values go back to where they were before? We're not exactly back to where we were before, but we're getting darn close. Okay. I like to talk about San Diego County. I refer to San Diego County all the time as that place that's a little bit south of Southern California. Okay? And if you take a look at how we sit on a map, we've got the ocean on the west, international border on the south, the desert on the east, and on the north end of San Diego County, we have this wonderful 17-mile expanse called Camp Pendleton that protects us from Orange County. We have thousands of Marines up there protecting us from Orange County. Do we say thank you enough? No, we don't. Okay? So just keep that in mind. We live on the top of a nice hill over in Vista, and many a night I am lulled to sleep by the sound of cannon fire. And I mean that sincerely. To me, it is a very comforting sound. It really is, to know that the men and women over there are doing a great job. Our son joined the Navy right after he graduated from San Marcos High School, and he, like most young kids do, he joined the Navy to see the world. And after after boot camp and a couple of other things he went through, he was going to be assigned to a land job for a couple of years. And they said, when he finished his classes, they said, here's a number, call this number, and they'll tell you where you're going to be stationed. Okay. And so he called the number, and he misunderstood what the person on the other end of the phone said. He thought that they said, where are you from? But what they actually said is, where would you like to go? So after living in San Marcos all of his life, joining the Navy to see the world, he gets stationed at the Naval Weapons Station at Camp Pendleton. He ultimately did get to see the world. He did get to see the world in his remaining years in the Navy, but that was just an amazing. We thought we'd kind of gotten rid of him for a while. Came back. So, great kid. So the real estate market, we live on an island, this island of San Diego County, and the population of the island continues to grow constantly. Just take a look at the traffic. But the problem is we're not building enough homes to accommodate that population. So what was the very first thing you learned in your first class, Economics 101? Okay, supply and demand. We have a very limited supply of housing in San Diego County. There's not enough space to start really building very much new housing in the county. And we have growing demand. So when you have the demand exceeds the supply, only one thing can happen: prices go up. And we've seen that cycle run true in the last 10 to 12 years, as it always does, okay? So we're at that point right now where we are just way behind. And when I say housing, I'm not just talking about single-family detached homes. Single-family detached homes, they aren't building any more of those, mostly. The kind of housing construction you see now is multifamily stuff, apartments, condominiums, and things like that. And density is the key word for housing in San Diego County for many, many years to come. So you're going to see a lot of big projects being built, a lot of big housing projects being built, but not as many single-family detached homes. Everybody goes, well, the millennials, they really don't want to live in a big house with a yard and stuff like that. And that's true until the kids show up. And then they don't want to live on the 8th floor of a high-rise building. Okay? They want to have that place for the dog and the cat and the kids and everything that comes with that. So single-family detached homes are the real sweet spot for housing in the years to come. And I think we will see probably a continuation of what we've seen the last couple of years. Home prices in San Diego County have been going up about, this is a broad stroke, some places more, some places less, but about 7 to 8% a year. That's really a very rapid pace because historically home prices go up about equal to the rate of inflation. The rate of inflation in San Diego County is about 2.5% now. So we're seeing home prices going up at almost 2 to 3 times the rate of inflation here. Inflation will kick up and pick up over time, and home prices will too. So I'll get nervous when I see that we have a lot of homes for sale, that there is an ample supply, more than ample supply, and that's when we'll start to see prices come down. But I quite honestly don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime.